in my attempts of hope springing eternal, I am trying this again. I am really, really hopeful, and I am going to check all of the technology before I go full throttle into shuffling and pulling a card for today. So, and my sleep shirt is disgusting. I do understand that. Let me take a look and make sure that we are broadcasting correctly with audio and visual before I launch into the shuffling and the pulling of today's card of the day from the Fountain Tarot. So let's double check that, shall we? Making sure that we are broadcasting on the two of you and the Book of Face. All right, let's see. My channel, come on. I'm looking, I'm watching, making sure. Oh my God, it's working. Oh my God, it's working. Oh my God, Jenny. Oh my God, Jenny, it's working. I literally did not change a single setting either. So I don't understand what happened yesterday at all. Excuse me for my mad scientist cackle, but I am so delighted that this is actually working again. I have no idea what happened yesterday. And Jenny knows too, because she finally got the card of the day energy over on the gram of Insta at like, I don't know, what time did I post that? Like around 7 p.m., quarter to 7. It was an ordeal yesterday to bring you guys the card of the day energy. And maybe that's all for the best. Maybe what was going on is that you guys weren't ready to hear it until that time. I have no idea, but it took me 4 tries to do it correctly. And you're going to see the failed attempts over on the tube of you and the Book of Face. And I'm just going to leave them up just in case Be Live decides to troubleshoot and see what the hell happened. I want the evidence to be left up there so that they can see, like, listen, I did not change my settings at all. Didn't change them at all. And this is what's going on, and this is what ended up happening. So this is what was viewed by my people, and they were just like, I don't understand. Anyway, so happy Monday, everybody. And if you're viewing this not on Monday, August 14th, 2023, then this message still may be for you if you find it to be resonant. And that is what I have been doing. Oh gosh, how long have I been doing that for? I feel like I've been doing it since the spring, have been integrating this wording of, is this coming up on your feed? If so, this message may be for you from the blank tarot, to, work with the algorithms rather than against the algorithms. I don't know. But people seem to really be liking it, especially since, sometimes people will come across the message and it's very resonant for them. And then they look and they see the timestamp of, April 5th of 2019. And it's just like, well, what does that mean that this message is really resonant for me right now? But she pulled this card, however many years ago, 5 years ago. Like, does that mean that a message is not for me? No, it doesn't mean that this message is not for you. It means that you're getting this message and you must need to hear it. Okay. Anyway, enough about that. Yay, we're broadcasting, we're live. Fantastic. For those of you checking out the replays, awesome as well. If that's for you, if this message is for you, if it's resonant for you, then this message is for you. Okay. So we are working with the Fountain Tarot for this month for Deck of the Month for Card of the Day pulls. So let's go ahead and take it out of its wonderful packaging. If you're wanting to know more about the Fountain Tarot, we did do a revisiting video on the Fountain Tarot a couple of weeks ago. By the way, yesterday's card of the day, which I never got to show y'all, was the World card. So that's yesterday's card of the day. I'm going to take her out of the pack so that we're not pulling it up again today, which is what I'll sometimes do for these card of the day pulls so that we have a little bit of variety. But never fear, the message that you're going to get is the message that we're supposed to get. And I really do believe that. Like, sometimes for different readings or different situations, or for like private events or like baby showers or kids parties, even though I don't do kids parties. Readers will pull some of the bigger and the badder cards out of the deck, so as not to frighten people. But the message that people are meant to get will still come through anyway, regardless of whether or not cards are taken out of the deck. And I found that to be true time and time again. So it's really fascinating. And I feel like we spoke on the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast about that. Maybe not an episode that's been published yet, but perhaps an episode that's been recorded. So you may be on the lookout for that. But those messages come through regardless of whether or not cards are taken out of the deck. I think it might have been the episode that we had the listener question that someone that she was trying to, or they were trying to get back, take back ownership of a deck that had been energetically tampered with. So you may want to check out that episode. Anyway, what is our message for today? Oh, well, speaking about cards that do or do not exist in tarot decks, the card that we have gotten today is a card that is specific to the Fountain Tarot, which is the Fountain. So it is considered a major arcana card. So this energetic message may be a little bit different today because most tarot decks do not have the Fountain card, because this is specific to the Fountain Tarot. And deck creators, oracle creators will sometimes add cards. A really great example of this, other than the Fountain Tarot, is the Meraki Tarot that added 8 oracle cards into their tarot deck. And I think that's really cool. And I would like to see more tarot deck creators do that, have that blending of divination systems in one deck. I like that. Not everyone likes it, but I like it. So let us go to the guidebook for the Fountain Tarot. Now, the Fountain Tarot does have the infinity symbol next to it on the Fountain card. And straight from the guidebook, the key phrase for the Fountain card is be. The Fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time, and form. It is the nameless, the changeless, the source of which everything is a part. It is the waking from the dream of separateness and identity and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things, divine nature. When the Fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusion of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be, effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of universes. And by the way, that last phrase is also in the packaging, the box of the Fountain Tarot. You are the voice and the breath of universes. So divinatory meanings from the guidebook for the Fountain card is oneness, a moment of cosmic clarity, fully awake, the end of seeking, enlightened being, surrender to that which you are, whole and perfect. Now, what's really fascinating about this card is that this is the card that actually comes directly after the World card in this particular deck, because the last card of the major arcana for most tarot decks is the World card, that sense of completion, right? For the Fountain Tarot, this is the last card of the major arcana. So having those two cards come up at back to back on separate days is very interesting, very telling to me. It feels like even though we got the message late yesterday, it feels like a lot of you took that message to heart about like completing that cycle, integrating those lessons, and you are now on to the next step of the major arcana for the Fountain Tarot, which is the Fountain. It's just like, okay, now you've integrated those lessons. Now it may be a day or two that you need to just be, like forget about integration, forget about starting a new thing. The fountain card is telling us to just be, to just exist, to just, not necessarily marinate in those lessons that you learned yesterday from the world card, but, just exist. And I'm going to add on a little bit more to the interpretation here. And just like you existing is enough. There has been a lot of, people like asking me in readings, asking me in tapping sessions, asking me in like just the space of conversations. It's just like, what do I need to do? What do I need to be? What do I need to do to like prove my worthiness? And it's just like, you are just by existing. So remember that you are valuable, you are worthy, and you are enough simply by being, simply by existing. You exist, and that existence is proof of your worthiness of everything that you have and everything that you're going for. And I think that should be quite enough for today's message. So I will try and do this again tomorrow. I'm very, very happy that that things are working. And I'm double checking that things are still going over here. Yes. Everything seems to be copacetic. So enjoy your message for today. Enjoy being for today. And if you're getting this message any other day than August 14th of 2023, that's still okay. If you needed to hear this message, then this message is for you. Bye.